Hello Ride-On people. Recently I received an invite to ride the hugely impressive ZERO SRF, and you can check out my separate video test on that. It's tagged Ride-On 149. Following that ride, John Landstrom, the proprietor of Blue Moon Cycles of Norcross, asked me to try the lighter Street Fighter model, the SXF.
Alright, just tried the ZERO SRF. Let's try the ZERO FXS now. Now this bike doesn't have traction control, which is always a bit of a concern for me, but I notice it's very quick. You know, might have less range than the SR, but in terms of speed, there's no doubting it was quick. So we're in sport mode. I think we're going to leave it there. This thing is super small, super light and thin. It's more like a supermoto really, and yeah, I can feel that the pickup is slightly less than the 14.4 on the SRF, but it's ample. This would be good good for commuting, no doubt. And really, my next bike I think will probably be a second bike. I think I might keep the GSA forever. And be looking at a fun bike as a second bike, something for commuting on nice days, and also a little bit of fun at the weekend, or popping down to the shops or running errands and stuff. This could be quite a blast. So it's got quite a thinnish seat though, so it doesn't feel as comfortable to me as the SRF. Obviously the SRF has more premium components in terms of its seating and also its suspension, as this looks to have fixed preload and compression, but a little bit of damping adjustment on the front. The brakes are obviously not quite as good either, but it is a lighter weight bike and it handles well. It's a lot of fun. Let's give it the beans a bit. You can see it pulls on the speed quick enough. Get the bike back to the boys in one piece. I'm very grateful to Blue Moon Motorcycles that have for setting this up for me. They reached out to me and said, would I like to try the ZRF, and as a bonus, and let me try this as well. And this is a lot of fun, I tell you. Boy, this is a lot of fun. I think this would be also very good for somebody short of leg, or somebody more slight. It'd be good for my wife, in actual fact. I think she would enjoy riding this bike. It's as easy to ride as a bicycle, frankly.
The model I rode was the 7.2 kilowatt version, which unsurprisingly has twice the potential range of the 3.6 kilowatt version. And that provides a theoretical range of about 100 urban or 40 highway miles. The MSRP for the 7.2 is 10.5 grand, and a fast charger is available for a further $600. ZERO batteries are claimed the most energy dense in the business and are backed by a 5-year warranty, based upon an 80% efficiency retainment. The SXF puts out a healthy 78 torques in a linear and smooth fashion. Like other Zero models, it also benefits from regenerative braking. The symmetrical projector beam headlights look post-apocalyptic rugged, and the adventure-style beacon fly screen make the bike look de rigueur. The clocks are pretty minimalistic, but all essential information is present. The rear shock is by Showa, who are owned by Honda. It's adjustable for preload, compression and rebound, and it has a healthy 9.5 inches of treble should you get it airborne. Its front wheels look lightweight with thin spokes and a hollow front spindle to help reduce its unsprung weight. A single front brake disc is by Brembo. Feedback is good and stopping is progressively smooth, if a little perfunctory stopping distance wise. Zero claim final drive via a carbon fibre belt. I think they actually mean Kevlar belt. It looks a little thin width wise, but lighter unsprung weight significantly helps all aspects of performance. As belts lose less power than heavy shaft drives, and yet are much cleaner and lower maintenance than chains, they are my personal favourite final drive solution. However, if buyers are intending to ride off-road much, then they could be susceptible to rock damage, potentially holing the belt, but worth the risk I think. The SXF can be plugged into a regular 110 home outlet for regular overnight charging. The $600 rapid charger will be about 5 times quicker, as this is a level 2 or 220 to 240 volts charger I believe, but you'll need an outlet installed in your garage, which may cost you a similar amount for an electrician to do, depending on where your junction box is located. The SXF frame is aluminium, which helps its low weight of around 250 pounds. The welding looks neat and overall build quality looks very respectable. So the bike rides well, is keenly priced, and compared with mainstream gasoline engines, its face value compromises are charge time and particularly range. But I'm going to remove charge time because this bike isn't designed for 300-mile days on 2-week touring holidays. I think this bike is aimed at quick 30-mile canyon carving blasts, for running errands around town, for showing up at the local bike night, and for ripping through, say, California traffic jams like a knife through butter. And those type of once-a-day round trips can be achieved by starting each day with a full tank of electricity, so overnight charging is basically no big deal. If your commute is on a mix of roads and no more than say 30 miles each way, then this bike could make an excellent choice for rapid progress. So what is its competition? Well, EV-wise, it's hard to think of one beyond other Zero models, as they do seem to be the most promising mainstream brand. But gasoline-wise, 2 good options do spring to mind that offer the same visceral thrills for similar money. Firstly, for those that are brand conscious, I can see the Ducati Hypermotard tugging at heartstrings. And for those wanting top handling at a bargain price, the KTM 790 Duke. The Ducati chimes in at 13 grand and produces more power but less torque. KTM are asking the same $10,500 for the Duke, which again has more power but less torque. Torque gets you moving, power keeps you moving. Factoring in servicing and people's historical perceptions of likely costs, plus Ducati's patchy reliability record, might be a deal breaker for some. KTM have hit a sweet spot with the 790 models, both road and adventure. For those wanting handling, they call the Duke the Scalpel. And for those wanting more touring to off-road, the adventure versions are arguably the best available right now. KTM also have an impressive full electronics suite with excellent traction control. With all EVs making 100% torque from 0 revs, I believe that all of them should have traction control as standard. Unfortunately, the SXF does not, and I've already seen 2 videos of people high-siding them, and both were in fairly optimal weather conditions, which is a bit of a red flag for me. Unless you really want an EV, the SXF might be a hard sell versus, say, a KTM 790, which has none of the shortfalls in terms of refueling time and therefore range. But also, it has none of the typical cons of a gas-powered bike in terms of their servicing and fuel cost outlays, plus manual boxes in stop-start traffic. In conclusion, for many the numbers still don't add up when it comes to the available range versus refueling conundrum, and they'll be sticking to their gasoline machines until the early adopters beta test the technology for them, with thoughts that they'll may be ready for the 2.0 versions in the future. But others will see the SXF for the really fun bike it is, and if you're looking for a bike to commute on that can leap curbs, split lanes, trundle effortlessly at 3 mph in gridlock, and punch above its weight with healthy torque from nowhere, and $10,500 is not a massive investment for either a second machine or a first foray into the brave new world that is EVs. Once again, thank you to John at Blue Moon Cycles of Norcross for making this video possible. He is genuinely one of the friendliest dealers for miles around. If you have an EV itch, get your butt down there soon for a look-see at the future. Well, I hope you enjoyed this video. I really appreciate all your feedback and support for the Ride On channel. I hope you're already a Ride On subscriber, but if not, please subscribe straight away. And last but not least, ride often, ride carefully, ride on.